Worse still, the French helped out the Confederates invade the United States with big guns and war boats that turned the tide at Gettysburg. Fortunately, President George Lincoln managed to stop them, all using advanced tactics and smart maneuvering. In fact, this only helped them out in the long run, as the president took French guns and boats and added them to United States armory, which allowed them to take over Mexico afterwards. Meanwhile, over in Urpo, there were big things going on. A pope spoke out against the French, as they are not real Catholics, for helping the Confederates, and called for war against the M. Italy and Spain both joined in, and France was defeated, which made their king very angry. Later, World War I started. Lusitania was sunk, and France decided to get back in Italy and Spain and Russia joined them, with Germany remaining neutral because of butterflies. Says there were big battles and lots died, but in the end France and Russia lost because they were not as smart as Spain and Italy, and the United States won with the help of Lincoln's descendant Dave Lincoln, who is smart and good looking and has an awesome girlfriend. After that, Japan took over Asia with their robots and ninjas, and turned Australia into a big colony for millions of them. Many people didn't like this, but didn't matter. What mattered was that the Japanese did good and conquered them hell out of place with their technology, so what they said goes. Meanwhile, France decided to invade Canada to form a massive French-speaking empire. But luckily, Dave Lincoln and the US invented the atom bomb and blew up the evil French people. And Canada swore to only ever speak American and join the US from then on. In Germany, the Nazis formed with Adolf Hitler at the helmet. He has a different name because of butterflies. And joined Russia, who were angry at the countries that defeated them, and kicked off World War II. At this point, Dave Lincoln had become president of the US because he's smart and good looking, and decides to get into the war. The French were invaded by the Nazis, but they were busy protesting outside a hotel, so Nazis blew up the Eiffel Tower and killed them all. The other French fled to Africa and took over the Africans. The Africans called Dave Lincoln and asked him to help them to be safe from the French and the Nazis. Dave said no problem and took all his soldiers to Africa and defeated the Nazis, who wanted to invade because the Nazis didn't like black people. And the French, who learned their lesson and joined the US to fight the Nazis, but Dave said, no, this is a trap. But the French in prison in Africa, as they revealed their betrayal plans, refused to speak proper American. However, while Dave was gone, the Russians invaded America and took over the White House. This made Dave very mad, and he fires a lot of bullets into the air and rode back to the US states, stopping the terrorists and saving his girlfriend, and everyone said Dave Lincoln is the greatest president ever. Thanks, said Dave, but it is not over yet. The Nazis and Russians and French, who had joined up with their new allies, the Nazis and Russians, cause they hate America and God, want to kill everyone, and we have to stop them now! Everyone cheered, and Dave phoned Japan and asked if he could borrow some robots. He got them and took them apart and made better ones with lasers and atom bombs and wings and capes and stuff. Meanwhile, the Japanese were driven out of Australia, with the people using their dangerous animals like spiders and snakes on them. But then the Australians declared they don't believe in God anymore and turned their country into a dictatorship and blew everything up, along with Japan and the Pope and Pearl Harbor. Unlike in our time, where it was Japan who blew up Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, which President Roosevelt called a day that will live in infamy. So they could drive around in rusty cars and kill people. Dave Lincoln and his beautiful girlfriend prayed to God, and God said that Dave is now the Pope, and that he needs to show the world the truth of his word. Using his robot suit and his super ultra battle zeppelins, Dave Lincoln fought back against the Nazis and Russians and the Australians and the French with the help of India and Spain and Italy and the Spanish nations in South America, like Venezuela and Brazil, cause they were blessed by God too. All the bad guys died except for Nazis, who fled with Hitler's wife, Mrs. Hitler. Hitler had died after Dave Lincoln shot his eyeball off with his robot to the Middle East where the Muslims live. Miss Hitler took over the Muslims and joined the Muslim nations together and formed Osiris instead of ISIS because of Butterwolf, an evil Nazi Middle East nation. The Nazis then sacrificed many people to summon the evil Eldritch abomination Devathlu. The evil devil demon declared with great passion and fury that he will kill Dave Lincoln and then God, and then kill everybody and make them worship him. But then, who should it be? It was Dave Lincoln! With the help of God and his beautiful girlfriend, Dave Lincoln fired a rocket at the evil abomination, yelling, "Take that, you monster!" The rocket explodes and kills the devil, who was Dev Poo in disguise. And the French realized that their devil had died and then swore to follow God. Instead, the war was over and the Muslims thanked Dave Lincoln for stopping the Nazis. And Dave Lincoln said, "Don't worry about it, it was nothing." Dave Lincoln then went back to the United States and dead to fix all problems with robots, inventing nanotechnology so that he could do anything. And he then decided to fix the rest of the world too, and took over everything and eliminated tide wars and car accidents and global warming, and everyone lived happily ever after with his beautiful girlfriend. 1. The Untied States got in because Italy and Spain are friends with them. 2. India joined up because the US also has road Indians and because of their food. Indian food tastes really good. Thanks for reading my scenario. Questions? Welcome. Map to come soon. After that, make a dystopia world. Awesome.